need to speak up on behalf of marginalized people and kind of stand in front of them and take that bullet so that their harm is not coming to them. But also many people keep saying, don't speak for my community, don't speak for us, don't speak on behalf of us.
Mhm.
And what'll end up happening is then those people start arguing with each other because they say, no, I want him to speak up. No, I don't want him to speak up. No, he can't say this. No, yes, he can't. And then it's I don't want to become the mediator and start telling people from minority communities, hey, this is the person who I agree with, because that then all of a sudden devolves into not necessarily like team A, team B, like in group, out group behavior, but it is antithetical to the whole point of building community. So, what do we do in those moments where people who are in those minority communities have those diverging opinions, not on the fact that we have to do better, but on how we
Mhm.
do better and what the role is of other people and allies in that group forming and
Well,
coalition building?
exactly. And, I learned a huge lesson on that moving to Canada because, I had not been very much involved in Indigenous reconciliation. Unfortunately, that's not happening much in the US. But when I moved to McGill 4 years ago and was doing work around the strategy to address anti-Black racism, I also connected with the folks doing work around Indigenous reconciliation. And it just opened a whole new world for me that I had not really explored, and began to understand this idea of, basically, people being able to take control of their own narrative. And so I think the most important thing for me in terms of learning that lesson was, I don't need to speak for somebody in order to support them.
Mhm.
What I can do is say, because I have a little bit of a problem with land acknowledgements because I feel like they're just performative. But I go,
I've done so many videos on that, and that is some maybe something we can talk about in a minute. But I would love to hear you continue on that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, my point just being that I went to the source. I wanted, what are indigenous people saying about land acknowledgements? And then I developed my own that also addresses, immigrant labor, people who have been exploited, and enslavement because slavery happened in Canada. And so for me, it was really important, first of all, to find a way to do the land acknowledgement that was honoring the land I was on, but also acknowledging that a lot of the cities and things that were built in Canada were by, like rail lines and things, by people who were brought in as forced labor, the enslaved, etc. And so, um, basically, my take on it is speak from your own experience unless you've done the work to understand what the groups you're working with um, would like you to do. So it's about listening, it's about learning, and not making assumptions. And the not making assumptions is a huge, huge, huge issue because people get on social media and they see a short blurb and then they make all kinds of assumptions
It's because it's
based
so
on it.
easy to do. It's so it's and we all fall into that
We
trap.
all do it.
It's
We
hard.
all do
Yeah, I
it.
know.